previously during the investigation.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
Wait! She's still alive.
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Emily, hurry!
You saved my life.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
Okay then, Zach. Let's pay Harry another visit and get to the bottom of all this.
I have to admit, I do like spending a bit of time investigating alone.
I'm getting a bit sick of being told that I'm either too slow or too fast. You agree with me, right, Zach?
Mr. Francis York Morgan, finally you have arrived. You are welcome to come inside.
Hello and welcome to episode 28 of my playthrough of Deadly Premonition. This is Conservative Cat and we are at Harry's mansion.
Looks like the next game is hide and seek. Huh?
Last time we had left off, we had fished out the missing files from the falls, where apparently Thomas had disposed of them. Right now, it's looking like Thomas is the new Raincoat Killer. And honestly, I didn't see it coming. Thomas seems like too nice of a kid. Anyways, we are at Harry's mansion. Harry's mansion, this is the first time that Michael has not greeted us. This is also, I believe, the second time we have had a Dark World shooting sequence without a profiling section. The other time being it's a hospital.
These girls, Zach. Do you see the resemblance? Anna, Becky. Zach, look.
A, B, C, D, E. Also, you notice the guy in the spiky, the dress wearing person with the spiky hair? Doesn't that guy look like Thomas to you? It does to me. This dungeon has another gimmick to it. Basically there are obstacles, locked doors that will only become available after you kill the shadows that spawn in these room areas like this one. They're not too difficult, but they do spawn a lot of shadows, so if you're not paying attention or you're not being careful, you can lose quite a bit of health here. As far as damage goes, this is definitely easier than the theater was, but it's more difficult than the sheriff's department was. I think that's a good way to put it. Just what we needed. Let's grab that over here and then continue. I guess we only have one room for one beef, so I don't really need to eat, so it'd just be a waste, so I'll just toss in the toolbox. They do look like good cuts of steak, honestly. Well marbled. You know these red vines, these are normally put here to make sure that York cannot progress and sort of keep you on a linear path. Despite that, this Dark World sequence actually has, you can actually go off the path a bit. It's not a huge amount of diversion, but like right here, you can see there is the red moats where we're supposed to go, guarded by shadow, but then we also have this long hall down the foggy corridor. And we can explore the hall, and it's not just, you know, like a lone shadow. There is actually reason to come here, even though it's pretty much just this agent's honor right now. Just checking to see if there's a way past it. We'll come back to that on the other side. Anyways, it's not that much different linearity wise. I mean, it's still a very linear level, but it's less linear than Deadly Premonition's normal standards. Okay, this is another gimmick, in the similar vein as the first one I showed you. The door we need to go through is there across the courtyard, and there are several spawning places for shadows. To progress, we have to kill the shadows. Simple as that. There are a few gun shadows, a few melee shadows, but this is all pretty moot because, yeah, you see them. We have gray explosive barrels right around here. One helpful thing is that if your breath is starting to go up too much, the controller will start to rumble to inform you. Like, I wasn't paying attention there, and I accidentally nearly made it full. These courtyard sequences, where you're forced to fight before you can progress, are not that difficult. This one is definitely the easiest, though, because the explosive barrels, they pop up right around the explosive barrel, so just take out an explosive barrel, kills 2 or 3 shadows. And with our victory in hand, we can continue on. The little cavalry statues give a little bit of indication about where the monsters are gonna come from in the courtyard. This is the other side of the room that I was telling about earlier. That I was trying to get around the stacked cavalry statues. This is all it was a turkey sandwich, which I don't have any room for right now, so I'm just gonna toss it into my toolbox. Believe it or not, during this sequence when Thomas has been missing, Emily's cooking will not fill you up. York always runs out before he can eat it. So, I'm sort of surprised that... never mind. I remembered, I ate all my foodstuffs. My small foodstuffs to clear up room, and then I guess I instantly filled it back up. So... There are also a lot of these, like, long circular hallways. so your vision is normally limited. Despite that, it's a lot less cramped than some of the other places we've been. That little portal there is a red herring. There's nothing there. Nothing will spawn out of it. There's not even a shadow in this general vicinity. However, there are exploding windows, all Resident Evil up in here. That's obviously the way forward, because it heads outside and, you know, the mirrors just exploded. So, instead, let's check in here before we continue on. Do you hear that? It's a shadow. There are a few areas in Harry's mansion where you'll hear shadows, but you can't see them. And if you look around, they are apparently not present. I'm not sure if this is because the shadows spawn somewhere where the player can't go, or if they're hidden and it's intentional. Either way, I don't search around this room, so we're not going to find any shadow. I bet you didn't notice there was a cut there. It wasn't much of a cut. Basically, I just lagged at the pause screen a bit too much. I was eating dinner, so. This outdoor sequence isn't too difficult. There is a shadow here, but the shadows are pretty well spaced out, so you won't be overwhelmed. It's kind of beautiful in a disturbing way. Like, I'd love to have a river, like, just chilling outside my house. Even though we're full up on first aid kits, I'm just going to go ahead and use one that I already have to top off my health. It won't hurt, so. There are a few shadows out here on the balcony, like right there. But resistance overall in Harry's house is pretty mild. The worst it gets is the glass won't hurt you, by the way. The worst it gets is the courtyard sequences where you're being rushed by waves. Though this can take you off guard too. The shadows are just as weak as they've always been. Another dead end. Just checking to make sure it was actually a dead end. This hallway has a couple shadows down it. Melee shadows, so nothing too worrisome. I noticed that I'm only really using my Greg coach when I'm in a tough spot. Oh. Gun shadow, sorry. When I'm surrounded or something. Otherwise, it's just better to use your Magnum. You know, a padlock isn't really much of a game. We'll come back to— oh! We'll come back to that in a moment. First, let's dispatch the zombie and see what's down this hallway. Nothing much. This would be a decent horde if we weren't running on infinite ammo guns right now. I don't know why I keep reloading that 9mm. It's not like I use it. This is just another save room. However, this one also has the shadow sound. Now, I actually do know where the shadow is in here. It's hiding in the dresser. So, if you don't want to face a shadow in here, don't touch the dresser, I guess. I'm certainly not going to. Okay, let's... I believe that's the way we came, so... yeah, here we go, the red motes. Remember, the red motes always indicate where we need to go. Alright, this is the second shadow sequence. Again, we have, oh, this is the place where we were pushing the statues along the grid. This one doesn't have the spawners placed as well next to the explosive barrels, but they're not terrible. We're just going to stay up here on this position, since they can only attack us from above right here. Gosh, he was a bullet sponge. This one's also a bit tougher, I noticed. Here's something you want to pay attention to. Remember to watch your flanks. Because each wave will spawn at least one on the flank, barring the first one. Yeah, see? Let's just take care of him with... that's right. And here's the third and final wave. The one back there will probably never get close enough to actually engage you, so don't even worry about him. If you stick up here on the stairs... this is all just child's play. I believe the one back there is also a gun shadow. I'm actually a little surprised he was that close. It's a bit too far to headshot him. Fortunately, if I remember correctly, he's actually stuck there because he can't navigate around the statues, so we're pretty much home free now. we're nearing the end of this video, so I'll go ahead and say it right now. Thank you for watching.
Huh? Emily!
At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love.
Stop!
Zach, did you see that? I must be getting tired.
Even York, who's normally so stoic, seems a bit flapped by that. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.